we're going to look back at a warm summer day a few months ago. I had traveled home for the summer to my parents' house, where I grew up. I wanted to try out some new type of photography when I got home. My parents live in a small Swedish town with lots of forests, grasslands and potato fields, which I thought could be interesting to try and capture. I also bought a tripod for my camera because I also wanted to try out my camera's self-timer feature. I decided that some fields near the small town would be a good spot to start. The first two pictures I took wasn't great, and I think I messed up my settings, making the photos look washed out. They could maybe be saved with some editing, but the compositions and the subjects wasn't anything special, so I haven't tried. As I said, started I in a small grass field. My plan was to walk from there to another bigger field, about a kilometer away, where I was going to try and shoot some self-timer shots, and also I was going to take some photos on my way over.
A noite caiu e tomando meu vinho, fez do meu ouvido grande pinico. É pajé. Uma longa lição sobre democracia. Enquanto isso eu pensava, por que não divide a pia? Quando eu vi no
Here we have a pretty good picture with this large tree as the subject. I like how big the tree is and how you can see the house peeking out as a comparison. I also like how the right side of the picture is filled with a small tree, a bush and lots of furniture. On the left we instead have this field full with tall grass and a forest all the way in the back. I think the contrasting sides are kind of interesting, with the big tree as a balance point. I also like how the forest stretches from left to right and divides the picture into two. The exposure could be better and maybe a bit more of the house in the shot could have been nicer. Otherwise, it's a pretty good photo.
두 눈을 가만히 더 느껴봐. 기분 좋은 긴장감 내게 말해줘 tonight. 널 알고 싶어. 따분할 만큼 이성적이었던 나 무너지고 있잖아. 네 앞에 서면 생각도
This shot I'm quite happy with. I think the exposure is a bit better and is filled with this unique flower surrounding this cool tiled house. Makes for some interesting elements. I like the combination of the flowers and the sunset with this darker colored house. The framing could be a bit better because the picture feels a bit unstructured and messy. There is some space on the left of the house that feels kind of awkward and probably could have been reduced. But overall, I like this photo.
나는 확신해. You're all I need. 너도 같다면 의심의 여지가 없는 거잖아. You're all I need. 너의 눈빛과 작은 향기까지 다 나를 간지럽히네. 모든 신경이 널 향해
Here we have one of my favorite this day. There is a clear subject in the form of this mirror in the center of the frame, with a small tree on the left and a gravel road with a field beside it on the right. The picture is kind of divided into small sections, with a section on the left with a small tree and the right that is divided into two smaller sections, the sky and the field. And then there is the middle with the main subject. I realize now that it might have been possible to line up the gravel road on the right with the road in the mirror, making some smoother lines and a more interesting picture, but I didn't see that then. The mirror has a smaller subject in it in the form of the house, but the road taking up such a big part of the mirror makes for all of the other leading lines in this picture to be at odds, and therefore the picture feels like it could have been better.
사랑은 절대적일 수가 없다고 그렇게 난 믿었었는데 유일한 사랑은 너 하나란 걸.
I was a bit slow when setting up for this shot, and the sun just disappeared, but decided to take the shot either way. I kinda like how it turned out. There is kind of a clear subject with this old root cellar, a bit off center in the frame. The foliage in the back with all the different trees makes for a diverse wall of green that I really like overall. This picture also have very gorgeous green colors, so I think it's turned out pretty good. I hope the sun is coming back up again, because I was planning to do some timer photos. Hopefully we'll get back the sun in a few minutes.
Quando o sol se pôs, pensei em nós dois. Foi a alma que
I had finally arrived in the field that I had in mind for some self-timing shots. The plan was to experiment with the self-timer feature on my Olympus OM1, which I had never used before. I was thinking of taking some pictures of myself in the big field.
quem diria que seria o fim de você e eu.
It looks like the sun is going to come back. Maybe something here. I would have liked the elevation to be a bit higher, so that the grass horizon was a bit higher to the sky. But maybe it works. Let's see what I can figure out.
Explicada por gente, não parece nem pouco com que a gente sente. Se foi uma ilusão, porque some o chão. Foi sonho que morreu. Se o que acabou nunca existiu, de onde veio?
So after some shots of the field that really didn't turn out great, I started experimenting with the self-timer.
Pensei em nós dois. Foi a alma que morreu.
The first picture is not what I had in mind. I think I stand too far away and the exposure is not great either.
Bem ao meio-dia, foi no apogeu. Quem diria que seria o fim?
The second picture is a bit better, but it has the same problem as the first shot. third shot was the best. I decided to use the tracks in the grass as leading lines and position myself near them. The camera could have been closer and the exposure is still bad. I think if you modify the pictures, the results are a bit better. But because this was my first time, I didn't really know what to expect. I think I need some more practice with composing and finding the right distance from the camera, but I think this is definitely something I will try again.
Porque some o chão. Foi sonho que
The sun started to fully disappear, so I decided it was time to head back.
se o que acabou nunca existiu.
I filmed the walk back, and if you like some chill music and the sunset, feel free to stay. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video.
It was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. We found holes in these walls, we like what we saw. Seems so strong until it falls, the final straw. Oh, I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door. Living in a dark, clouded haze, we danced, we fought. We were bound to make mistakes, real love, we thought. But it was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on wire, reckless it seemed. I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door. I had no reason to complain. I didn't have the words to explain. I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door. I had no reason to complain. I didn't have the words to explain. Then we were dancing on the wire.